Here's the thing. You didn't just randomly stop caring about people. You didn't wake up one Tuesday and think, you know what, I'm done with humans. It was way more subtle than that. Maybe you left a text on read, not to be rude, but because replying felt like lifting something heavy. Maybe a friend invited you out, and your first thought wasn't excitement, it was exhaustion. And here's what most people don't realize. That shift, it wasn't a choice. It was your brain making a decision for you. And by the time you noticed, it had already been happening for months. Let me explain what's actually going on inside your head. So picture this. There's a guy, let's call him Alex. Alex is the friend everyone calls when things go wrong. Breakups, family drama, career meltdowns. Alex is always there. He listens, he gives advice, he stays up late on the phone, and for years, he doesn't mind. It actually feels good. Here's why. Every time Alex helps someone, his brain releases a small hit of dopamine. He feels needed, he feels valued. But here's where it gets really interesting. Dopamine doesn't just reward you, it also builds tolerance. The same way your second cup of coffee doesn't hit like the first one did, Alex's brain starts needing more emotional payoff to feel the same sense of connection. But the payoff isn't increasing, it's actually shrinking, because nobody's checking on Alex. Nobody's asking how he's doing. So his brain does something quiet and protective. It starts turning down the volume on social connection altogether. He's not burned out because he's busy, he's burned out because his emotional return on investment has been negative for years, and his nervous system finally pulled the plug. Now, you might be thinking, okay, but some people just get disappointed and give up on others. And yeah, that's part of it, but it's deeper than just being let down. Your brain has something called predictive coding. Basically, it's constantly running simulations of what's going to happen next based on past experience. So let's say you trusted someone and they disappeared when things got hard. You opened up to someone and they used it against you. Your brain recorded all of that. And now, before you even get close to someone new, your mind is already running the simulation, and the simulation says, this is going to hurt. Pull back now. You think you're making a rational decision to protect yourself, but really, it's a subconscious pattern that's been writing the script before you even walk into the room. Look, here's something nobody talks about. Sometimes losing interest in people isn't damage, it's growth, and that can be just as disorienting. Imagine you've been eating fast food your entire life, and then one day you start eating clean. Suddenly, that burger you used to crave doesn't taste right anymore. It's not that the burger changed, your palate did. The same thing happens with relationships. As you evolve, your brain literally rewires what it finds stimulating. Conversations that used to feel deep now feel surface level.
People you used to admire now feel like they're standing still. You're not judging them, your brain has just updated its criteria for connection, and most of the people around you didn't get the memo. And then there's the one nobody wants to admit. Sometimes what looks like independence is actually fear running the show. You've been through the cycle. Open up, connect, get hurt, rebuild. And your brain, being the pattern recognition machine it is, starts skipping to the end. It says, why even start? We know how this goes. So you pull away early. You tell yourself it's boundaries. You tell yourself it's peace. But here's the thing. Avoidance and discernment look almost identical from the outside. The difference is on the inside. Discernment says, this person doesn't align with where I'm going. Avoidance says, no one will, so why bother? One is a filter, the other is a wall. And this is where it gets really interesting, because the fix isn't forcing yourself to be social again. It's not about saying yes to every invitation. The actual shift is this. Start noticing when your brain is protecting you from a real threat versus protecting you from an old wound that already healed. Those are two completely different things, and your nervous system treats them exactly the same. The moment you can catch that difference in real time, that's when everything changes. That's when you stop retreating from people and start choosing them intentionally. You didn't lose interest in people. Your brain just stopped trusting the process. And honestly, that was smart. It kept you safe. But safe and alive aren't the same thing. So here's your move. Next time you feel that pull to isolate, pause. Ask yourself one question. Am I protecting myself from something real or something that already happened? That single question is the difference between healing and hiding. If this made something click for you, subscribe, because the more you understand your own mind, the less power these invisible patterns have over you.